Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 38. Day number 38. This is the tag you want to use if you're looking for any particular day. Just type in Keshwani prep dash algebra day and whatever day you need there. Okay. So today we are learning how to subtract one expression from the other. So here's the problem. It says subtract negative 4p, negative 2q, positive 5r from negative 5p, negative 7q, negative 9r. Now, as I explained yesterday, which is why it's very important that you go in sequence and then you don't skip around, so that I don't have the need to keep repeating myself the same thing over and over again. You have to go in sequence so that you learn it properly. As I explained yesterday, that for example, if you're told subtract 3 from 7. If somebody tells you like this, if somebody writes and gives this to you, subtract 3 from 7, well, we all understand that even though 7 appears at the bottom, but because we are told to subtract 3 from 7, when we are doing our work, 7 has to go on the top. 7 has to go on the top because we are subtracting 3 from 7, even though 3 is mentioned first and 3 is written on top of 7. This is how we do it actually. This is exactly what's going to go on here. This second expression has to be written first. Negative 5p, negative 7q, negative 9r. Then we'll have the other one. Negative 4p, negative 2q, positive 5r. The second thing that gets tricky, positive 5r. Second thing that gets tricky here, what's going on in essence is that we have a negative 5 here, negative 5, and from that we are subtracting negative 4. Negative 5, we are subtracting negative 4, this negative 4 here, we are subtracting negative 5p, we are subtracting negative 4p from negative 5p. You see right here. So this negative and negative becomes positive, and when you subtract negative 4 from a negative 5, you actually end up with a negative 1. Because this becomes positive. This is negative, positive 4, and you end up with a negative 1. So how do we show all that? Well, we show all that by, I'm going to rewrite this thing here. We have a negative 5 here and a negative 4 here. Because we are subtracting it, this negative has to turn into positive. Just like here, this negative and negative become positive. That's right here. Let's do this one. Let's do this one now. We have a negative 7. And from negative 7, we're going to subtract a negative 2. It will become negative 2 plus a negative 7 plus a 2. Right here, this negative will become positive. Let's do one more. The r, we have a negative 9, and we're subtracting 5 from it. Subtract 5 from it. If you have a negative 9 and you subtract positive 5 from it, it becomes negative 4 because negative and positive becomes negative. So negative 9. Oh, sorry, it will not become 4. That will be the case if you were adding. You see how easy it is to make mistakes? So this negative and a positive becomes negative, and now we have a negative 14. This positive becomes negative. This positive will become negative. Now I'm going to put them in a different color so it's easier to see. So this negative will become positive. This negative will become positive. This positive will become negative. Put right underneath it. Don't change the sign. Leave the original signs the way they are and put underneath them. Do you understand? And there is your answer. A negative 5 and a positive 4 will give us negative p, 1p. Negative 5 and a positive, that's right, only 1p. And then we'll have negative 7 and a positive 2 will give us negative 5q. And then we'll have negative 9 and a negative 5 will give us negative 14r. That is your answer. That's it. Now the next one I'm going to do all of this work without actually explaining much at all, and see if you can stay with me here. Basically, you write the expression that you're subtracting underneath the one that you're subtracting from, and then you change all of its signs. Whatever the signs are, the signs need to be changed because of the fact that we're subtracting. This is positive, but because we're subtracting, negative times positive becomes negative. Had this been negative, negative and negative would have become positive. Whatever the sign is that you subtract, it's going to change. It's going to take the opposite sign because of the fact that we're subtracting. Let's do one more. Next one, it says subtract 4d minus 5e minus 6f from 3d plus 4e plus 7f. So we write our expression, this expression, bottom expression first. I'm going to show you one more time here. For example, if we were told to subtract 25 from 100, even though 100 appears at the bottom, when we do our work, we have to write it like this. 100 goes on top, even though the way the problem is stated, it says subtract 25 from 100. Same thing is going on here. Subtract this bottom expression. Subtract this top expression from the bottom. So whichever expression that this thing is being subtracted from has to go on the top, and the thing that is being subtracted has to go on the bottom. Now this one has a positive sign. Now watch what happens. All the signs have to be changed because of the fact that we are subtracting. This positive becomes negative. This negative becomes positive. This negative becomes positive. But like I said, do not change the original sign. Leave the original sign alone. Don't change the negative into a positive. Leave the negative there so people can see it was negative and it was changed to a positive. This is how we do it. Leave the original negative the way it was, and then put your new sign underneath it, like that. If the original sign was positive, leave the original sign alone the way it was, and put the negative sign underneath it. That's how you do it. So now it's done, this one has a positive 3. A positive 3 and a negative 4 will be a negative 1d. Negative 1d, but of course we don't have to write the 1. Positive 4 and positive 5 will be positive 9e. Positive 7 and a positive 6 will be positive 13f. That's it, that's your answer. That's our answer. Except I have 7 d's written in mine, which is wrong. My work is not right here. It should be negative 1d, but we do not write the 1. It's just negative d, positive 9, and positive 13. That's it. Let me fix my notes here before I go on more. Like I said, this is a negative 1d. Positive 3 and a negative 4 will give us negative 1. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do one more. That's it, we're done with this thing. It says subtract, the last one, it says subtract 15a minus 17b plus 30c from 9a minus 4b minus 5c. Let's see what we get when we do that. So again, the expression that we are subtracting from has to go on the top. We are subtracting from this expression, 9a, just like we are subtracting from 100, 100 has to go on the top. Minus 4b minus 5c, and the expression that is being subtracted has to go on the bottom. This expression, top expression, is being subtracted from this one. So 15a minus 17b plus 30c. This is getting too crowded. I did not write it in a nice way. I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. I do not like it. 9a it was getting too crowded because these are single digit coefficients, these are double digit coefficients, and I did not leave enough room. Minus 4b minus 5c. Now it's going to look okay. And we subtract 15a minus 17b plus 30c. The very first thing we have to do is change the signs of the bottom expression. This was a plus 15, which has to be converted into negative. This is the negative 17. This has to convert into positive. This is a positive 30, has to be converted into negative. Now at this point, once you change the sign, then it's just like adding the two coefficients. That's what it is. It's not just like adding the coefficient. It is adding the two coefficients. Once you change the sign, you have done, the subtraction part is done. All you do is just add. For example, if you tell me to subtract 4 from 7, well, if this 4 has a positive sign in front of it, I change its sign to negative, then all I'm doing is adding. I'm adding positive 7 and negative 4, which is going to give me positive 3. If you tell me to subtract a negative 5 from 8, if you subtract negative 5 from 8, well, you change the negative sign into a positive because you're subtracting. And at this point, all you have to do is just add them. It's positive 13. You see? 8 minus negative 5. Because you're subtracting. Negative times negative becomes positive. The negative sign will become positive. This negative will disappear and it will become positive. And positive 13 is the answer. So that's why we change the sign right away, because once you change the sign of the coefficients, then it's just simply a matter of adding the two coefficients together now. So we have a positive 9 here, positive 9 and a negative 15 will give us a negative 6a. Negative 4 and a positive 17 is going to give us positive 13. Negative 5 and a negative 30 is going to give us negative 35c. Let's see if the answer agrees with what I have in my notes here. To make sure that we did not make a boo-boo, or I did not make a boo-boo. Negative 6a plus 13b minus 35c. That's it. That's your answer. That's our answer. And that is the end of the lesson for today. I will see you tomorrow on day number 39. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow, day number 39. If you wish to get hold of me, if you need to get hold of me for anything at all, just send me an email. Go to any of these website addresses and you're going to find my email address and my phone number, the toll-free numbers. You can just give me a call or you can send me an email. Or you can go to keshwaniprep.com and get hold of me from there. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow on day number 39.